What's going on, guys? Eddie Dowd back again with Brian Sachs. I'm a real estate agent. He's a mortgage lender, and we come to you every single week with another real estate tip, more real estate knowledge. We want our viewers to be educated on all things real estate, and the signs of the times, where we are in the times, is something that we like to help people navigate. What's going on with the country, and what are a lot of people saying, and how can we maybe advise when it comes to real estate with that. And some people, things are tight for a lot of people are saying things are tight. There's a lot of studies and stuff like that are coming out. People, anybody you talk to, people are tight right now. So we wanted to talk about, how if you buy a home, ways that you can house hack, ways that you can that you can make extra income with your home. The potential of buying, a multifamily home, all of that. Brian's actually written a book in the multifamily space. So it's a way to do it. It might not be your ideal area that you wanted to start in, but definitely something to consider if it's in between, staying where you're at and not being a homeowner, and doing this and being a homeowner. But Brian, what tips would you give to somebody that's thinking, hey, I want to buy a home, but it would definitely help me if I could make some extra money coming in from the home?
I'll ask you this, okay? And I'm saying this to the viewer. If we could show you, Eddie and I, a way to own a house, get into that house with 3.5% down. If you're a veteran or a reservist, we can get you with no money down. Have other people give you money each month to help cover your mortgage payment and create a side hustle income for you and a major tax break. So what are we talking about? I will sign up for that. Everybody would, right? So what are we
Yeah.
talking about? We're talking about buying a multi-unit property, and let's keep it simple. Let's say you bought a 4-unit property and your payment is $1,500 a month, okay? And you are renting out the other 3 units for $1,500 each. So now you got $4,500 coming in, right? Is that right? 1,500, 1,500, 1,500, 4,500, less your mortgage payment of 1,500. Okay, that leaves you with 3,000 extra dollars every month. So here's what happens. You live in 1 unit, unit 2 pays 1,500, that covers your mortgage payment. Unit 3 pays 1,500, unit 4 pays 1,500. That's 3,000 a month. So you are now have your whole mortgage payment covered. You're living for zero, and you have $36,000 in extra income every single month coming in and a tax break. I mean, that is the perfect situation. Again, if you're a veteran, you can get into up to a 4-unit building as long as you're going to live in one of the units for zero down. FHA 3.5% down, conventional 5% down. So this is all wonderful. What's the downside, you ask, right? Well, the downside is you do have to collect the rents, right? And you now are responsible for the maintenance of those other units. So you got to screen your clients pretty, your tenants pretty carefully. But what's interesting, Eddie? I now have families doing that. You're hearing more about multi-generational families where the parents, children, adult children, and grandparents are living together. Why wouldn't you buy a 3-unit, kids in 1 unit, parents in another unit, grandparents in another unit? You're all living together, and it's much more affordable this way, and nobody's getting into everybody else's space because you have your own apartment, they have their own apartment. Everybody comes and goes as they please. The book I wrote about this is The Real Estate Loophole. You can get it on Amazon, The Real Estate Loophole, or you can go to
Right.
therealestatelyoophole.com. Sorry?
Bestseller, right?
It is an Amazon bestseller because nobody's talking about this but Eddie and I. So, you need an experienced, seasoned real estate agent like Eddie to represent you because these aren't everywhere. You have to find these properties and they're not always easy to find. You could get a 2 unit, a 3 unit, up to a 4 unit, and still make this happen and still really come out very much ahead. It's a great way in this market, especially. They call it house hacking. I guess it's house hacking, but a lot of people who want to get into investment real estate, Eddie, use this method for a couple years just to get a basis, to build a foundation. And then they move out, rent their unit, and buy another house and keep on going. So
Yeah.
it's a beautiful, beautiful situation. If someone wanted to do this, you certainly can reach me and find out about the financing. 443-471-8557. How do they get you, Eddie?
410-588-6536. And guys, remember the Home Funded, we talk about it every single week, works as a GoFundMe. The link is below. Go ahead, fill that out. You can contribute to it. Your friends, your family, anybody can contribute to it. You get $2,000. So I mean, we're talking about getting in for a little bit of money. There's an extra $2,000 that you don't have to come up with, plus whatever money you already have there, and whatever money your friends and family may help you out by just maybe simply posting on your Facebook, Instagram, anything like that, and asking people to contribute. We can, bring that cost of getting into the house down even more. But, thank you guys for joining us. Something that we wanted to bring to you again. We've talked about the topic before, but, people are a little stressed. Some people are thinking, I'm going to wait to buy a house, and, maybe, you're qualified, and this may be the right route for this season. And like Brian said, it doesn't have to be forever. And, it stresses all the time for people. A lot of people are buying their first home. It may be your last home. Your first home doesn't have to be your last home. So think of it as an investment and buy it, rent out the other units, make cash flow off of it. And then in the future, it's an investment property that, grows generational wealth for you and your family. But again, thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you guys next week.